Happy Saturday, and welcome to the Ramash Satsang Weekend Workshop, where in under 1 hour, you'll learn a modern satsang technique for obtaining peace, light, and love in your life. My name is Eddie, and I've been practicing satsang for 14 years. Today, I will be introducing this event's facilitator. But first, I'd like to give a brief introduction to this weekend workshop. If you'll direct your attention towards the screen, you'll see the first element is satsang. Satsang is a modern scientific technique for obtaining peace, light, and love in your life. It requires no physical skill, spiritual accomplishment, or meditation experience to begin its practice. Satsang consists of two words, sat and sang. Sat means positive energy, and sang means to be with or to be in the presence of. Thus, the word satsang means to be in the presence of positive energy. The next element is meditation. Meditation is an important element of satsang. When we meditate, we withdraw our consciousness from worldly objects, direct it inwards, and focus on a single thought. In doing so, our minds become calm and our thoughts become pure. Only then can we obtain higher states of consciousness like enlightenment, nirvana, peace, light, and love. Inner satsang. There are two types of satsang, outer satsang and inner satsang. An example of outer satsang would be chanting or attending pilgrimages. When we practice outer satsang, we have the potential to change our behavior. But only through the practice of inner satsang can we obtain higher states of consciousness, such as nirvana, peace, light, and love. The satsang that you will learn today is an inner satsang where we meditate in silence. Group session. These weekend workshops are structured for group participation. When we meditate as a group, our focus is improved and our progress along our spiritual path is expedited. By attending these workshops on a weekly basis, the benefits of group participation are amplified. Joy and inner happiness. All beings wish to experience joy. Joy is the eternal longing of the soul. But only through the practice of inner satsang can we obtain a joyous state. When we practice satsang, our inner happiness gradually increases, ultimately culminating in a joyous state which we experience 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Agenda. The agenda for today consists of 3 sessions: the informative session, the practice session, and the interactive session. During the informative session, a lecture will be given about satsang, the founder, or a related spiritual topic. During the practice session, instruction will be given on how to meditate, followed by a period of practice. During the interactive session, questions can be asked or there'll be a group discussion. And now, I'd like to introduce the facilitator for today's event. He has over 40 years of satsang experience. He's the grandson of Guru Maharaj. He was born into a satsang family where he witnessed his family members obtain enlightenment and live lives of peace, light, and love. At an early age, he began traveling throughout India, spreading satsang. And upon arriving here in the United States, both he and his wife continued holding satsang for satsangees. Dedicated to his mission to spread satsang throughout the world, he continues to travel through India and the United States, conducting satsang while maintaining his duties as a father, a husband, and an IT executive. Today, he will teach us a rare and ancient form of satsang as taught by Guru Maharaj. Please now join me in welcoming Mr. Sanjeev Kumarji.
So thanks, Eddie. Welcome, everyone. Happy Saturday. I basically want that we take away a couple of things from this session. One, an understanding of what satsang is, and even if you're new to something like this, get the first glimpse of peace through this meditation. Understand what are common elements with other meditations or meditation approaches, and what's distinct here. So I had recorded a video with my daughter when I went to India in September. So I would like to share that with you, and then we will talk a little more about how we meditate in this practice. Then we'll do the practice, and after that, whatever we have learned during that period, we'll have a discussion after the meditation session on it. So Yuan, can you play the video?
Hi everyone, my name is Parul Sanjeev, and this is my dad and my great-grandfather. And this is Ramashram Satsang Mathura, our nonprofit organization in our family. And today we're going to talk about really interesting topics like manifestation and ayahuasca and the connection to meditation. So if you're interested in that, keep watching. And now I'm going to hand it over to my dad.
And I just wanted to say that everyone should meditate and find everlasting peace, right?
Yeah, I love that. And also, can you give a little intro on Guru Maharaj? Yeah.
So Guru Maharaj established Ramashram Satsang Mathura in India in 1930 and opened up the gates to everyone who wants to understand what is meditation.
Awesome. So today I wanted to go a little deeper than just what's meditation and guided meditation. Let's go beyond that and talk about some really interesting topics that the collective is really talking about today. So the first one I want to talk about is manifestation, and where does that lay in the realm of really meditating, right? Because it's all about what it seems to be today is this physical manifestation of our wildest dreams and stuff into physical reality. But it'll be really interesting to hear from you how that lays into actual spirituality and the deeper heart-centered spirituality.
So manifestation, I see all these internet videos that talk about manifesting money, love, and so on and so forth. And believe me, even thousands of years ago, the scriptures have written about Kamdhenu and Kalpvraksh, which are deeper concepts that you can manifest what you want, even material things. However, Guru Maharaj said that if you want to establish a very solid and deep, spiritual foundation, and if you want to continue to a road that leads to light, love, and peace, satsang can do it, but you will have to stop manifesting material things. You have to go deep within towards the higher realms.
And is there a guarantee if you focus inward that it'll go outward, or is it just that you just have to have faith?
So life has no guarantees, right? The thing is, in spiritual terms, that's true too, because it's a slippery slope. Unfortunately, a lot of people who have grown, get caught up in the materialistic things, even in a spiritual journey. And that's a catch.
Yeah.
And a lot of people slip and slide because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So keeping focus on an upward journey, like if you were climbing a mountain, and especially a very rugged and steep terrain, what happens when you fall? Right?
It hurts.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the farther you fall, so however far you have taken yourself, the slipping and sliding still happens. And the farther you have gone up, the hurt will be far more if you fall from a height.
So I think that might scare people off, right? Because they
Yes.
want the physical manifestation.
Right.
So what would you say to someone who they're more focused just on, I want to be really successful, like I want to be everything and have all the money in the world, but I also want to be spiritual. Like, what would you say to them?
So, I would take a little bit of time and give you an example of, I was at work. One of the leaders in the meeting, I was in a meeting with several people, and one of the leaders was getting very frustrated because the other party in that meeting was not understanding the facts and figures and the direction and approach that he was recommending. So he really got very frustrated at one point and said, okay, folks, if your goal is to go to New York from Washington, D.C., and that, as you know, I-95 North will take you there. But if you take I-95 South, he says, and go 100 miles an hour, would you ever reach New York? And while listening to that, I said, doesn't that example apply to all of us who want to achieve spiritual progress, who want to go to New York, the northern, land which would give us light, love, and peace, the way spirituality, purity defines it, right? But we are going south at 100 miles an hour towards material world. Peace is not outside, peace is inside. And that is the number one thing that you need to understand. If you want to manifest the world, you're going south.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
So really, see, that's the thing. The people who are talking about spirituality, people who are saying that, they are like, I want to manifest love. I want to manifest money. I want to get this new car. I want to get this new house. I want to get married, so on and on and on and on. But it's all outward focused. The peace, love, and light can be within. You can be totally complete within yourself. So manifest that love, light, and peace within yourself. And you don't have to give up the worldly pursuits, really. Guru Maharaj was a family man. He was practicing homeopathic medicine, right? So you can be earning a normal living and leading a family life, but your orientation or your understanding that peace is within.
I love that. And I think that's a good place to end this discussion on manifestation. I hope everyone who is exploring manifestation got something out of that. I hope it was helpful. And I think that was such a beautiful answer. So thanks, Dad.
Thank
and
you.
I hope you guys enjoyed watching. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
So there's a lot to unpack there. This question always comes, but let's focus on practicing this inward focus and a deep meditation. So beginners or advanced practitioners, it works for both. And we will talk after the practice. We'll try to unpack some of the things that we just talked about. But one thing I'll emphasize is that even Maharishi Patanjali, who, was one of the fathers of yoga philosophy, talked a lot about uh, it's like it's a holistic approach where, asanas, pranayams, yam and niyam are the foundation, but dharana and dhyan, which is manifestation and meditation, are integral part of a pursuit to get to a point where yoga, which is union with the transcendental energy, in my view. Satsang is the same, Sat and Sang, which is transcendental energy, uplifting, positive energy, and to be with. Sang is to be with, Sat is the transcendental energy. To be with transcendental energy is Satsang. So, so the overall goal here is to practice this deep meditation, which will, make us focus inwards because peace is inside. It will also help, in terms of manifesting. So manifesting is the first step, and deep meditation is the next. So what are we trying to manifest here? So instead of manifesting multiple different things, here we will manifest transcendental energy. So let me get into the guided part of it. So it's not guided throughout, it is instruction before we practice. So the instruction here is that we sit in a relaxed posture, where we don't move too much, and because every time we move, the mind moves with it. We keep our eyes lightly closed for the same reason. We don't want distraction because all sensory input provides that distraction to the mind. So eyes lightly closed, relaxed posture. And now we start with this manifestation that we are with this transcendental energy. So we want to become that energy, and we want to be positive and uplifting energy itself. So what we do is think of that presence of this energy, that in form of light, this transcendental energy is in front of us, and that's entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we are becoming one with this light. Mind will wander away, which is usual, natural. We bring it back to this thought, and this thought alone, that we are in this presence of this amazingly uplifting and positive transcendental energy. That energy in form of light is entering our heart, distributing throughout our body, and we are becoming one. We are getting completely immersed in this light. So as Maharishi Patanjali and Guru Maharaj describe, you start with this manifestation that you're manifesting transcendental energy. And this is energizing and enlightening your entire body. And then after this instruction, basically, you get into this, like meditation should be effortless. So while you think about this, observe this transcendental energy around you, and that it's in form of light and it's entering your heart and distributing throughout your body. So initially there will be music. The traditional prayers have been converted to music here. So there will be music, and you go into deep silent meditation after that. And then you transition out with music as well. So transition in and out with music helps. And the instruction is right now what you just heard, this instruction is the guided part. The deeper meditation and through the music, there are no instructions. This is guided in the sense that and this was from day one. All sessions, all satsang sessions that Guru Maharaj and people who followed conducted was always starting with some discussion so that you get focused, then instruction, and then you transition in traditionally with prayers, here with music, and then you go into deep silent meditation for 15 to 20 minutes. And that's what we will do here now. So after the practice, we will talk a little more about manifestation and meditation and satsang. So I'll repeat one more time that think of this amazingly uplifting and positive transcendental energy that's right here, right now with us in form of light, and that light is entering our heart and distributing throughout our body, and we are getting totally and completely immersed in this light. Don't think about anything else. Don't do anything else. Your breath will be regulated through this meditation. Your asana or your posture is just a relaxed posture, just where you can sit still for the duration of the meditation, and eyes lightly closed, and all you are observing and thinking about, if at all you're thinking anything at all, is this amazingly positive energy in form of light is in front of you, entering your heart, distributing throughout your body, and you are getting completely immersed in this light. Let's start now. So happy Saturday, everyone. So this is, your part of the session where you could ask questions, share any thoughts, comments, and, how the session went, etc. So Liz, how are you?
Hello, everyone. Happy Saturday. I'm well. I wanted to let you know that it was such a pleasure to see that video with you and your daughter. Thank you for sharing your family with us. She's so beautiful and insightful, just like you. So it was a real treat to see you both. Thank you.
Yeah, different energy. and she calls herself spiritual city girl, something like that.
That's nice. Did she live in New York or DC or where?
So she was in New York. Right now, came back to DC, but wants to go back there. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, city. It's important to keep up a meditation practice in the city, especially. It's so much easier. I think we've talked about this before. To keep up that kind of practice, when you're out in nature and the energy that you feel from nature, it's easy. But in the city, it could be the city is just distracting by nature, and all of those pitfalls, those slippery slopes that you were talking about, very much present for some reason in the city, right? Absolutely. Where everyone's trying to show off or make it somewhere. So it's a testament to her that she tries to keep up that practice, and to you, which I'm sure she inevitably learned that from. But I really enjoyed today's discussion about manifestation. It's a topic that I continue to contemplate and think about. I think her questions were really good. I think a lot of us, especially, I don't know if it's an age thing, but I know that people, the younger folk, they still have so many seeds to sow, and they want success and they want money and financial stability. Maybe once one is older, they might have a measure of that, or that might just not matter as much. But it's hard when you're at a certain age, right, to kind of say, well, maybe I shouldn't be, maybe the concentration should be more on spirituality, just because there's still so much to do and so much energy that you have. And so I thought, the questions were good, and I think it's challenging, actually, for some people.
Yeah. The way I look at it is, what should we manifest? Like, should we manifest one thing today and another thing tomorrow and a third thing day after? Or when we want something, we're looking at that as a goal, but I mean, we have so much already, right? I mean, seriously, it's like if we step back and look, there's so much, and if we really want the whole house, think about the whole house, not like one thing at a time in there. To me, transcendental energy, if you meditate and concentrate, your decision making, your thought processes will get better. You manifest transcendental energy, you're manifesting all the things, all the above, right? So why go one by one? And then it's like, am I focused on the outward world, or I'm focused on my inward peace and quiet? And I'm peaceful doesn't mean that I don't have the material things. I mean, that's where I think there is this confusion, which Guru Maharaj said, like, live life, focus on, a higher goal and a higher objective, and you will have the rest come through because of that, taking that high road, so to say. But anyway.
No, yeah. And maybe what you think you want, what you think, and I know this has come up before too, what you think you want will make you happy isn't actually,
Right.
you'll get what really makes you happy, maybe. Like, and it might not look like what you thought.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree.
Well, thank you, Sanjeev.
No, thanks for being here. It's a pleasure always, as always.
Same.
And Panth, you still here, or did he drop? So other so Shivangi, there are questions online?
Yeah, Bhayaji, there is a comment. Annalisa says, I had a child's mind that I had to keep taking by the hand back to my heart. But if I have to start somewhere, I have to start here.
Well, it's, always, that's why it's called a journey, doesn't necessarily, you get the hang of it day one, but if you continue the practice, if you continue just to sit in meditation, this is actually fairly simple, but very, very, very powerful. So worth the effort in every way. And yeah. Any other, anybody who wants to chime in?
Hi, thank you for your time and energy. I apologize, my camera's not on, but I've been working and it's been a challenge to really sit and not have expectation and just allow the time to just be what it is, and allowing that inner perfectionist who's like, I'm not doing it right and I'm not getting what I need. And ultimately, if I'm seeking peace, then this is me and my body like doing it together. And I just particularly appreciated today's practice to help me with that. So thank you so much.
No, what I didn't talk about in this session is that one, I want to introduce a new method. You try it, do it individually, but I always felt that the group sessions work for me. There is a collective energy. There is a the sharing of thoughts and comments, which kind of sometimes touch upon these things which others are going through in the journey. So it becomes a support system of its own, and group sessions help me a great deal. So I'm very, very very supportive of that. So appreciate it. And I'm always there, in these sessions or through email, just any questions, any issues. If I know anything, I'll share. Thanks, Sanya. So wrap up. So Eddie, any wrap up thoughts for today?
I would say that the idea of manifesting material things is very attractive, but as you mentioned, it does work to our disadvantage in some cases. A particular characteristic of this satsang is that it supports your ascent upwards. meaning that there are disturbances of the mind and there are impurities of the heart, if you will, or veils that keep you from seeing your soul or experiencing bliss. The goal of this satsang is to have you achieve that each time you're here, is to experience that bliss. And then over a period of time, your ability to see that becomes clearer, and those visions stay with you longer. And then you'll get to a point to where you experience it 24 hours a day. And so that's the goal. The particular satsang method that you learn here cleanses those veils, which have impurities, and calms the mind. So it specifically works to do that for you. When you maintain your attachments to the material world and having material desires and wanting material possessions, it's like, you have this hot air balloon and you release one of the tethers, but then you attach another, a new tether, and then you release another tether, and then you attach another tether. You're never going to ascend, right? You're never going to go anywhere. And so if you can moderate your desires for material things, you'll progress much faster. But like Sanjeev said, it's you live in this world, so you obviously have worldly activities and actions that you must complete. And then in the spiritual side of things, you have righteous activities that you must complete, right? So you find a healthy and happy balance, and just don't become too engaged in the desire to possess material things. Just keep essentially everything in moderation and continue with your practice here. And you experience the cleansing. You'll get those glimpses of the soul and of joy and of bliss. And you'll gradually move in that upward direction where you experience those things 24 hours a day. And that's the ultimate goal here. So, just to keep practicing and maintain moderation in life.
And on that note, really glad that, we all were here, and I hope, these sessions work for you. Provide feedback here or through emails. Shivangi, can you share the YouTube channel? Because I think there we are going to post some of these videos that you see here in the session, and just trying to share the nuances of this practice. And have a nice week ahead, and we'll see you either Tuesday or Saturday next week.
Thank you, Sanjeev. Everyone have a good weekend.
You too. Thank you.